We all face challenges, from things as simple as what should I eat today, to complex things like how to get my new boss to like me and get me a promotion. But surprisingly, thinking of solutions to these problems for a lot of people is really challenging, which is where this mental framework can come in to help you find solutions to problems that before you might not have known. Humans are incredibly good at seeing the negative in almost everything. I'm sure you've known people who can only talk about the negative in their life. Up until a couple hundred years ago, almost anything that would happen to us in the wild would be a threat. A lion, a rogue elephant, a clan member who might be trying to backstab us, a poisonous berry. We had every right to look for the negative and the problems because that's what kept us alive. However, today, hopefully, you don't have a lion trying to eat you. All of this constant negativity usually lends itself to more harm than good. I want to share a framework with 3 examples that I use in order to take a negative situation or viewpoint and turn that into actionable steps that I can take towards the positive. The first example of negative thinking is to start a business. So here's how this would go. First off, what's your goal? Okay, my goal is to start a business. And what business do I want to start? Well, I know clothing and selling online, so I'm going to pick e-commerce. Okay, great. And you're going to think, what's everything that I would do if I wanted to make sure that this business was to fail? Okay, well, I'd probably never start a website. I would never find quality clothes. I'd never find good suppliers. I would never test which ads or campaigns were working. I'd never run any at all. I wouldn't even think of the creative or the copy. This works so well because we humans are fantastic at thinking at the negative. You probably know somebody who's like this all the time. But if you take all of these aspects and you flip them, you find exactly what you should do if you want to have a successful e-commerce clothing business. You should have a website. You should test lots of ads across various platforms. You should use lots of creating and copy. You should test lots of different products to find good suppliers and good quality suppliers and good quality products. And that's how you can have an idea for starting a business and have a general outline, go through everything that you should do if you wanted to make sure that it failed, use the negative framework, and then flip that to find the things that would work for your business or side project. Let's go on to example 2, which is being comfortable with yourself. Now, I find that when I think in the negative in this context, it's easiest if I think of myself as an outside entity. So in a sense, I become a therapist for myself, where I imagine I'm talking to myself. Nobody knows me and knows my true intentions and wants the absolute best for me more than yourself. So now that we've established that you're going to be your therapist, how can we use the negative for you to get comfortable with yourself? Let's talk this through. If you were to make sure that you weren't comfortable with yourself, you did everything to make sure that you never felt good in your shoes, you always wanted to be something that you weren't, what would you do? Well, I would probably have negative self-talk. Okay, that's a pretty good way. I'd probably not take care of my health. I'd get bad sleep. I would drink. I would consume the wrong things. I would intentionally do things that sabotaged my confidence so I didn't believe that I could do good things. I would dress in a way that made me not comfortable with myself. I would hang around people who weren't comfortable with themselves and put that frame of mind upon me because that's who I spent my time with. So there we have 5 things. Now, you as your therapist can easily see all of the negative things that you should do if you want to not be comfortable with yourself. Now let's take all of those exact same things and flip them and see what we get. You should hang out with people who are comfortable with themselves so that you vicariously will adapt that frame of mind. You should do things that take care of your health, get good quality sleep, make sure that you're consuming good things, avoid harmful substances. You should have positive self-talk, not negative self-talk. You should dress in a way that makes you feel comfortable and confident in yourself. And you can see how by going through this process, we went from a complex, vague issue of, I don't feel comfortable with myself. Okay, let's take a look at it. And you evaluate what the pieces are, and you use your negative framework to do so. And then you can very easily see these pieces and, oh, well, what's the opposite of that? Well, I should hang around good people. That's a great step towards becoming comfortable with yourself. Final example is to have a healthy relationship. And I'm going to choose a partner or dating or spousal relationship in this instance. So if I wanted to make sure I had an unhealthy relationship, what would I do? I would never thank them. I would make sure that they knew that I wasn't grateful for them. I would choose to not spend time with them. And the time that I did spend, I would make sure I was distracted or stressed or had other things on my mind and they were not my focus. Well, those are all great ways to have a bad relationship. And most people can figure out those ways pretty quickly. So if you take the inverse of those things, instead of manipulating my partner, I should be genuine and honest with them. Instead of focusing on other things and making sure that they knew that they were second, I should take action so that they know that they're a priority in my life. I should spend quality time with them and make sure that the time that I do spend, I'm not overly stressed or concerned or always on my phone, and that I focus on them. By using the negative for everything I should do to have a bad relationship, you can very easily find steps towards having a good one. This is a framework that I've used a lot in my life, and it's helped me to take problems that I didn't know how to solve and easily find a solution, because we are so good at seeing the problems that we oftentimes overlook the simple solutions. We can easily see the inverse and then take that action and act on it to get to what we really want. I hope this helps. If it does, let me know below. I think you're awesome. See ya.